What do you pray to? Better yet, do you pray? For a large part of history, religion defined everything. A set of beliefs controlled lives, started wars, and got rid of anyone in their way. Up until the last 60 years or so, it was very bad news if you weren't part of a religion. People wouldn't hire you, no one would marry you, and you could even be killed for not choosing a cloud dude to like. In this era, these threats are still prevalent. But if you are fortunate enough to have YouTube and watch this video, you probably don't have to worry about this for now. But what are the modern gods? A god can be described as an omnipresent, looming being, one who knows all, who sees all, one who can do all. But if beings like that were among the seen and known, you're not likely to worship that being without cause. Instead, you and I and every other sentient creature worship things that lay between the conscious and the unconscious, the ideas that drift half-sunken from your thoughts to you. In old times, those thoughts that drifted from the ocean of the mind were of death, marriage, and children. Thus, a god of that time was a god of death, marriage, and children. The average lifespan was 30. The average person was illiterate, and the average person was unbelievably poor. Today is a completely different world. Man is an entirely different creature, so our God must reflect those heavy and widespread thoughts. Another hallmark of a god is that the art of a god's time will reflect the religion. Again, back in ye olden times, just about every piece of literature, music, and every painting that survived until now had something to do with Jesus or demons. So what are the thoughts in the sea and the reflections in art now? Some good boobs. Jokes aside, what is reflected in art is hollow vanity and pride with some lust. Now before you click away, no, this isn't an "all art is bad" essay, because there's a lot of good art. The average person enjoys good art. But we, as a people, also hyperfixate on sex, money, and fame. We worship celebrities and their fame. Some of us strive toward it. We spend all our lives in the pursuit of green paper, and sex is in our songs and on our minds. Gone are the days of marriage and demons being the forefront. We are enlightened, and can now pursue what humans truly want: sex, money, and fame. There will always be outliers, some who want none, but if I told you that none of these things would ever be something you could interact with again, I can bet you'd be mildly upset. As I write this, though, I'm reminded of one of my favorite albums. Because the Internet is an album by Childish Gambino about existential loneliness, being alone even when in a crowd. The album had a massive impact on my life, and one line from track 2, is that right? Earth, the oldest computer, sticks out. Progress is the only thing that'll last. Can you tell me of an underrated artist from 1405? Can you name the street name from a now abandoned town? All of the art and things from that time that were unique were lost, because they were unique. That's why paintings of Jesus and God and demons remain. There were so many, and now, centuries later, that is what we perceive as that God. The modern gods, then, will remain pride, money, and sex, because those songs are produced wholesale, and those things are wanted in bulk. But if I asked you what you loved, what drifted to your mind when you were half asleep, what you worshipped, it probably wouldn't be one of those three things. It could be something so niche and so small no one else will ever love it the way you did. That's because, in this era, modern gods are all infinite things, all wondrously unique, and only the common shall prevail. All that will remain of us and our era 200 years from now is progress. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe. Have a wonderful time. Memento Mori.